Hey guys, it's me. Welcome back to the Ron Williams YouTube channel. Listen, today I'm going to go over chest flies. A few do's and don'ts. And I'm going to explain why and why not, okay? So, the first thing I want to talk to you about is how the chest actually works. Now, one thing you'll find is that when you're doing a bench press, and bench presses for, if they're done correctly, are not the worst exercise in the world to build your chest, but they're absolutely not the best exercise in the world to build your chest. Bench presses are good to measure strength, and if you're progressing, but actually the full development of the chest, the bench press was never intended to do that. Let me explain to you why. With the bench press, you never get a peak contraction. You get a contraction, but never a peak contraction because of the way the chest is designed. All of the muscle groups in the body are made in an arc. You notice your shoulders, they're made in an arc. Your biceps, made in an arc. The chest is made in an arc. If you look at your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, they're made in an arc formation. Your triceps, an arc formation. So in order to best develop that muscle group, stay within that arc formation. So today, when I go over the chest flies, I'm going to explain why they're actually a better exercise for a peak contraction than the regular presses. If you look at the shoulder joint, it's the most mobile joint in the body, the shoulder joint. Every upper body muscle group is attached to this joint right here. Think about it. Your chest is attached to it, your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps, your lats, your traps, your rhomboid. All of this is attached to that joint. Consequently, we can move it in every direction because of that. But it makes that joint very vulnerable. So we have to be careful to protect it. If you look at a bird's structure, the bird has the same ball in the socket that we do. And how does a bird fly? Like this. This is the way a bird flies. And the largest muscle group and the leanest muscle group on a bird is his chest. And he flies like this, not like this. Nor does he supinate or pronate. Why? Because with the chest, this is not the safest thing to do. It makes that joint vulnerable. Think about it. Baseball players, they only let them pitch so many times in a season, in a game, period, because they know they're going against that shoulder joint. They're not twisting. A bird never twists his joints, but it stays the same because he's prehabbing that joint. He's not rehabbing, but prehabbing. If a bird loses this joint, he loses his life. So he's got to protect this joint. When we do the flies, we want to protect that joint. Things that you do and don't want to do. I'm going to show you this. Similar to a bird, right? All the way through. I'm going to show you something else. I want you, right where you're sitting, I want you to take your hand and dig right in there where the chest and the shoulders tie in. The pec-delt tie-ins right here. Pectoral, deltoid, they tie in right there. So shove your finger right in there. Now take your hand and push it straight forward like this. You'll feel that's more of a tricep movement. But if you take that arm and put it to the side, dig in here, open your chest as wide as you can, pull those shoulders back, and then tighten your shoulder and squeeze it forward. You'll feel that chest contract. It wasn't because of the arm movement. It was because of the shoulder movement. Okay, now one more thing. Put your hand right here in the center of your chest. Put it right there and do the same thing. Stretch your chest and now bring that shoulder forward. You'll feel the chest contract and get harder as that shoulder comes forward. So this part is not what's really contracting your chest. It's the movement of the shoulder that you get out of that bench press. But the bench press will give you a contraction, but the peak contraction is here. You've never thought about that, have you? But it's straightforward, here, peak contraction. So you're building the chest in that arc. So that's what happens when you're doing the chest fly. You're getting that whole arc. The concentration is not on your bicep, pulling it through. The concentration is the pec delt tie hinge, all the way through. Back, all the way through. Feel that chest tighten and get harder and harder as you move towards that peak contraction. Now, the other thing you want to be careful of, depending on your posture, there's certain things we do naturally. Sometimes they tell you don't bench press, don't go all the way down. For some people, they don't have the range of motion. Other people, it's because their form is horrible. When you come down on the bench press, before it touches your chest, you roll your shoulders forward. You have to heave to get it started going up again. That goes against the shoulder joint. If you're doing the pec delt, if you're doing a fly and you come all the way back and you let the shoulders roll forward, bad news. You got to bring it back to the proper position. But however, depending on how much weight you have, you're pulling against that joint. Let me change that. You're tearing and shearing that joint. So this is shear movement here. Right there, shear movement. Here, productive. Here, productive. Here, can you see it? It doesn't even look good, does it? I'm going against that joint and I'm tearing it. I could actually feel the stress that causes, negative stress on that joint. So, you want to get your chest open, as wide as you can, and squeeze forward. At the end of the repetition, you want to reach forward, contract that chest. You want to make sure you're not going here and using the bicep to finish the repetition. It's not a bicep exercise, but a chest exercise. Do it again. Man, that feels good. Do it again. Listen, guys, I hope you like this video. I'm going to go do some more of these because it feels so good to me. Until next time, I want you to write your comments below, and we'll see you next week. God bless you.